Hi, it's Michelle and I'm a certified holistic nutritionist. And today I wanted to teach you a method to get into the body, to the root cause of emotional issues, and sort of go past the looping mind and to gain clarity and alignment. So let's get started. So like I was saying in the introduction, today I want to teach you how to get into your body and to really get to the root cause of emotional issues and sort of go past the looping mind. And this is going to give you clarity. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the mind, a little bit about why this is a process that I find works really well and how to do it. So the mind, a lot of times in meditation and meditative practices, we're trying to disconnect from the mind. I don't see the mind as something bad. It's just a tool. And when our mind is looping into these thoughts, what it's really doing is trying to protect us, and it's the best way it knows how. So it's really there as a protective mechanism. And so what it's protecting us against is usually a pain it doesn't want us to feel that's in the body. So the mind is there looping, and I see this with clients that we talk about emotional eating, any emotional issues actually in life. Our mind tends to want to take us out of it, distract us, suppress it, not deal with it, and it's just really doing its job. And so I'm going to talk about how that's created. So if you think about children, and I have a young son, there's two things that could happen. So in an ideal situation, I would say as a young child, you had really supportive parents that allowed you to feel your feelings, allowed you to be with all the range of emotions, and created a safe space for you. They weren't triggered by what you were feeling, and they allowed you to just be and express it in the best way they knew how. And I have a young son, and sometimes creating a safe space for a young child throwing tantrums is hard. And so, I redirect. If he wants to hit me, he'll throw something just to physically get the anger out. And if we go to situation number 2, where you had parents or caregivers that couldn't create that safe space for you, they either tried to stop the emotion, maybe said, anger is bad, or you can't feel sad, or suck it up, or, maybe distracted you, or asked you to, gave you something to eat, just tried to make the emotion stop. So the emotion is an energy, and so it wasn't allowed to fully go to completion. And so over time, if we're sort of treated a certain way about our emotions, that becomes the way we treat ourselves about our emotions as we become adults. And it's only usually when it becomes so painful, that way of treating our emotions, that coping mechanism, is when we look for help. And, we might be overeating or binge eating or eating and can't control ourselves. Or, we're so angry, but we don't even know it. Or we're so sad because we've just told ourselves we can't feel those emotions. And so the mind is just doing what it's meant to do to protect us, because if we didn't do those things when we were young, we wouldn't get, the safety and the love that we need as young children to survive. So as an adult, it becomes painful. And so what can we do about it? So essentially, what I've been doing, practicing myself, experiencing, watching my son, and I'm also doing a training on it so that I can deepen my knowledge, is that it's important to go into the body somatically. So a great way to do this, so I'm going to just explain a little bit what happens. We're essentially going back into the body and allowing those emotions to be. And as we do that, the nervous system relaxes. And so this is simple in theory. As the nervous system relaxes, those emotions come forward and we can feel them and release them. And then essentially bring our nervous system back to calm, and we gain clarity. But it's not that simple. It's simple overall. But the way we do it is that we have to become that most loving, caring, compassionate presence that would allow that safe container for that emotion within us. So if you're a parent, you can think of the most loving, compassionate part of you that is also the most solid, that's not going to be easily triggered, that can handle emotions. Again, you're just the container. It's not about you. And so you want to bring that up for you, as that's where your starting point, and you can think of a place that makes you feel that way, just feels you feel your most solid. Or you could imagine yourself as someone that you admire that feels that way. And you're going to sit almost in a meditation and just relax yourself in terms of breathing in and out. But your intention is to go into your body, put your attention and focus into the body, and to ask the body where this looping thought or thing that the mind is doing, where is it found in my body? What part of my body is associated with that? And part of your body will start lighting up. It could be your chest or your back, all over your body. And so you're always focusing your attention into the body. And as you go into the body, the place that lights up, you want to ask it, how big is it? What color is it? What shape is it? How does it feel? Is there an image associated with it? Maybe there are sounds. Maybe there's an age, a memory. So all of this information is important because it's taking us back to the root of where this looping thought pattern came from, where we created it. And so as we go into the body, we start getting curious, where being that presence of allowing this part of us to really relax and to let go. And you can talk to it if it is a memory comes up of you as a younger child. Maybe that younger part of you needed to cry, but it wasn't allowed to, or it needed to feel angry, but it wasn't allowed to, or maybe, there are so many other emotions and layers that it needed to just feel, and it needed someone to just allow it to be, to just feel. You're not fixing anything, you're just asking that part what it needs. It needs to feel. And maybe it needed an advocate, someone to stand up for them in a certain situation or be there. But I find it just needs to feel that emotion. And you can talk to it and see if it needs something more. And if you feel maybe it needs, someone to hold space for it, and you can say you'll be that person to hold space for it every time it needs. So as you explore this emotion, this memory, you feel the emotion, maybe you feel the sadness or the anger, whatever it is, this wave, you'll come back to a state of calm, and you'll gain a lot of clarity about what was going on with that pattern. And you'll really see it, you'll be very conscious of it the next time it happens. And as you keep doing this work, that emotion, you'll find so much more clarity, because that emotion, as it was clenched in our nervous system, we have fight, flight, or freeze. It was frozen in our nervous system. As we bring awareness to it, we're actually allowing that part of the body, the nervous system, to relax and to release and to actually complete its process. And so that brings us back to balance and to calm. So I hope you try this out. If you have any questions, please let me know. It's been the most amazing tool for me. There is cognitive behavioral therapy, and we're just in the mind. But as we realize, we need to get into the body, and it's integrating all these parts that really help. And I'll be talking more about this in the future, but for now, please try out this meditation. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I wanted to add that I do this with clients. So if you ever need professional help, please be sure to book a call, and I would love to chat with you to see if we can work together. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.